I'm really looking forward to the end of session Friday. And then Saturday is going to be nice to just not have to. Hopefully, knock on wood. Hopefully, they stick to the Friday adjournment dates that they laid out. But the Illinois State House in session, a whole bunch happening. Just in the past few weeks, we've seen all kinds of different proposals how to address crime, increased crime in Illinois. And the proposals range from a bipartisan measure to make organized retail theft a crime and to help coordinate law enforcement. We've also now seen a slew of different proposals from Democrats after Republicans months ago proposed increased funding for police and increased penalty enhancements for a variety of things. But Democrats now in the final weeks of session, now the final days, they're looking at increased funding for like various social programs that they've proposed to the tune of $5 billion. They're looking to spend on social programs. They say we'll get at the core and at the origin of why people turn to crime, helping pay for childcare, helping pay for after-school programs, and so on. But you also have some ideas that are being put out there to address carjackings, to have coordinated investigations into those types of things, and even more. But Republicans have been critical of a law that passed back in January of 2021. If you remember that, they were at the Prairie Capital Convention Center for the House, or the Bank of Springfield Center, I should say. But they passed a package of criminal justice reforms and police regulations that included eliminating cash bail after January 1st of 2023. Well, you had some Republicans and some state's attorneys address that and more yesterday at the State House. This is Jacqueline Lacey. She is the Vermilion County state's attorney, talking with reporters yesterday at the State House about the impacts of the bail reform that's set to take place January 1st. Here she is laying out some of her thoughts on exactly what this means for her operations and in her office.
Good morning, members of the media. When House Bill 3653 passed, it was pretty much a nightmare for most of us. I can say across the state as a state's attorney, and in a community where I currently have 24 pending murder cases in a county of 70,000 people. Danville, our county seat, has 30,000 people that live in our community. And because of the strong violence of criminal and gang criminals that travel from Cook County to Danville, it's a quick 2 hours. No iPass included. So you can make it down to Danville in a quick 2 hours, and there's a lot of difficult gang shootings between Danville people and Chicago people. So for example, yesterday we had a case where we actually charged an individual with aggravated discharge of a firearm. He was shooting as a pedestrian at a moving vehicle. We have no idea who was in the moving vehicle. It was probably, late evening hours, but on a Ring doorbell before the sun went down, we were able to identify this perpetrator from the Ring doorbell system at someone's home. Because law enforcement had prior contact with the individual, they knew who he was. He was identifiable. He was brought into custody. We were able to provide the court with a factual basis. Ag discharge of a firearm is a Class 1 felony in Illinois. And we were able to get a significant bond and hold that individual in custody and protect our citizens, our innocent citizens who are trying to live their everyday life. Under this bill, as of January 2023, I won't be able to identify who the individual person is that individual was intending to hurt. So therefore, that person would walk free. I share the same concerns that other states' attorneys do across the state, not only with ag discharge of a firearm, but there are other examples that you can look at. Armed violence. We had another case just yesterday. I mean, these are things that are happening every day.
So again, that's the Vermilion County State's Attorney, Jacqueline Lacey, talking about the impacts of the criminal justice reforms, like the bail changes that are coming January 1st. I asked Jihan Gordon Booth for her response that Republicans say that they're trying to rewrite history on crime. She said that's a tired political rhetoric, and they're looking to address crime as Democrats at the State House. So tomorrow's adjournment day. We'll see what they get across the finish line. We'll bring it all to you here with Double